Just imagine if you were in Africa and you come from royalty and your family is well respected in the village. And for many, many years, many centuries, you know the lineage of your family. You come from good stock. Then all of a sudden one day, you notice in the village there are some strangers around because you have lookouts, and they come back and tell you that there's some people from another village. They have a different language. They look like us. They have black skin. You don't know anything differently. You think the whole world is like that because that's the only thing you're accustomed to. And then all of a sudden you notice that one day your uncle, who happens to be a hunter, a very good hunter, he goes out at 6 o'clock in the morning. And he normally comes back at around 11 o'clock with some meal. Well, it gets to be 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and you're thinking, oh, my uncle must be having a good day because he normally is here at 11. It's 2 o'clock now. Then 4 o'clock rolls around. Then 6 o'clock rolls around. And you happen to notice your neighbor also went with that uncle. He's not back as well. Well, it comes to the next day. Now you're worried. You're concerned. You send the village sends a group to look for this uncle and this neighbor. And the group disappears. And then all of a sudden, you're noticing there's something different. You're noticing that there are less people in your village than there were just a week ago. And then all of a sudden, you notice that the people that the rumors that you heard about, there was a different tribe that was near your campground, and they just come in and they take you. And then they take you, they beat you first. And these are coming from black people. They beat you. They humble you, and then they take you out to a beach side where the women are raped and the men are beaten down so much to look at your wife being raped. That causes one that used to be, remember, he was royalty at first. Now he's decreased to a little bit of nothing. And then all of a sudden you see something you've never, ever imagined in your life. You look at the beach. You see a human form from a mile away. And remember, at this time, you're still in chains. You're in chains at this time by another African tribe. Then something you've never seen, it scares you to death. You see a human being with white skin. Never seen anything like that ever. So you don't know whether this is a spirit. You don't know whether it's a ghost. You don't know whether it's a devil. You do not know. But all of a sudden fear gets in your heart because you've never seen a person with white skin. Not only one person, but a lot of people with white skin, and they're talking a different language. Then all of a sudden you see some ships. You've never seen a ship. The only boats you have is the little boats that you have in your village. And then you see this huge, big boat. And you happen to see the most respected person in the village being beat down and dragged to this so-called ship. Don't know where you're taking it. You don't know what's going on. And then it's your turn. You're in chains, and you see your family member. And then you get on the ship with these people that you don't know whether they're spirits or whether they're ghosts. You don't know anything. The only thing you know is you're thinking you're having an extreme nightmare. And then you're locked in this dungeon down below. Or you're fed things that you wouldn't even feed your own pig. But yet, a day goes by, 2 days goes by, you're still not eating because you're not accustomed to eating this type of food. 3 days goes by and your stomach is just yearning to eat something. So finally, after the 3rd day, you start eating what these people are trying to feed you. And they don't feed you, they just throw it at you and you eat it through your chains. That's a sad life, coming from royalty down to being the lowest of the low. Week goes by. A month goes by. Within that 4 weeks, you see the one to the right of you die. The smell is something you have never experienced ever in your life. You look to the right of you. That person has died overnight. And yet you're wondering, you're praying to your God, the God of the sky, or the God of death, please kill me. please take me. Life is not worth it. But for some reason, your body keeps living. Your body keeps going on. But you're praying for death. You're wishing for death. Another month goes by and you're still hanging on. All of a sudden, your body is getting accustomed to being in that type of torture. Not that it's getting stronger, it's getting accustomed to it. By the 90th day, you hit this so-called land, and you're thinking, you coming up on the ship, you looking and you seeing black people, and you're thinking, okay, well, I must be back home. I must be back home. You come off the ship because you see black people. You didn't arrive in America first. You arrived in Haiti, a small island where they entrapped the people, processed the people, and then sent them to different parts of the world. That's experience of the African journey. You go from royalty to being stripped of everything, to being beaten, to eating food that you've never eaten, to shipped across the world. But remember, the reason why the slave master did not want to educate the slave is because when these slaves, the Africans, come over from the east, only the strong, remember the strongest survived. So by the time that person or those persons reached America, you had the most athletic, the most intellectual, because they had to think about how to survive. So you had the absolute best of the best. Imagine giving them education on top of that. The slave master thought, well, gosh, they're physically dominant already. They have a lot of intelligence, even though they don't have my type of intelligence. If I give them my type of intelligence already, they might overtake me. That's what the slave master feared. And now you see in a person like me, a person who took what the white man gave them, learned with the white man, loved the white man as the white man loved me, then also gave back to the white man, like I'm doing today every day. Because I do not see a thing called color when I see my students. I can't. Because my job or my purpose is to share love, no matter what color or what creed. That's my purpose, and that in itself is a celebration of Black history. A celebration of Black history is a celebration of me. It's a celebration of the people you see every day. It's a celebration of the white man or the black man or the Asian man or the Asian woman or the black woman or the white woman. It's a celebration because guess what? In the end, we're all human. So there's no difference in this thing called, well, they're black and I'm white. Let's get over that. And I think America is finally getting it. I think America is finally getting it, and I look forward to that day.